before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. All right, peace and blessing be multiplied on all your brethren, pushing his word in all sincerity and in truth. All right, shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. All right, shalom to all of you scattered Israelites out there that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who may look like the other nations, but your spirit is knit with this truth, and your lineage goes back to one of the lost tribes of Israel. Shalom. All right, I'm the brother Damal Gabar out here with another live lesson, like we do week in and week out, to come out here and to prophesy the kingdom of heaven to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. And like I said, so we do week in and week out, come out here and do these live shows, chant down Babylon the Great, go into prophetic things and ushering in the return of our Lord and Savior and our champion, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, all right? And, it's just another week going into prophecy, going into things that are taking place across this earth, And right now, everybody is kind of caught up in this holiday spirit. You got the big three, so to speak, the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, So a lot of people, especially here in the West in America, they're all drawn into that spirit and into that, vibration right now. But meanwhile, as they're caught up in all these things, thermonuclear destruction is approaching. This third world war is being brewed up. Troops are being sent to different locations to prepare for the coming of this third world war. Missiles are being shot off. Strategic plans are being made. Countries are giving their citizens pamphlets on how to prepare and what to do in case of a nuclear disaster, man. Meanwhile, everybody is caught up in the spirit of the holidays. Everybody's worried about going Christmas shopping. Everybody's about to max out their credit cards to go and celebrate this pagan festival known as Christmas coming up. Meanwhile, there's big prophetic things that's in the making, the mark of the beast is already, it's here, They're just waiting for the right crisis and the right situation to implement it. And Trump is gathering his dream team and candidates in his cabinet that are individuals that are ready to bring in the MOTB. You got the Elon Musk with his Neuralink, his brain chip. He got that one guy, what's his name? Dr. Oz, which was somebody who was made famous and picked and groomed, I wouldn't say groomed, but hand-picked and put out here for you American people by Oprah Winfrey. That's one of Oprah's minions, is Dr. Oz. She's the one that made him famous. And now, I think he's about to make him head of health and safety, I think. And one of the things that he was huge on was putting microchips in people and children. He was a huge pusher of the C19er. He was out there talking about it's safe and effective, and you need to go and get not one, but two, but three. See, so everybody that Trump is putting in his cabinet are all individuals that are on board with this New World Order agenda and this New World Order plan, man. But they're presenting it as peace and safety, and as they're going to make America great again. This country is going to, once again be, the beacon of hope and the shining light of the world, which is just not true, man. All right, Trump is going to be used to be that tyrant and to be, that dictator and that harsh one that's going to ultimately bring this world to this New World Order, man. All right, he got all the same executive orders that Biden had in place, all of this NDAA, all of these different legislations to, make you people, you average American citizens and people that speak out against the corruption of this government to be enemy combatants, to be looked at as terrorists. All those same laws are still on the book under this Trump administration, All they're doing is just handing the baton off to Trump to ultimately to usher in this New World Order, man. All right, and he's being presented as some savior, as somebody who's against the deep state. He's trying to make America great again, bring the Bible back to schools and to children, and but at the same time, he has a bunch of homosexuals in his cabinet, man. So obviously, he's not here to uphold the word of the Heavenly Father and the word of the Lord, and to make America be this God-fearing country again, man. That's all smoke and mirrors. That's all game they're running on you people, man. All right. So in the midst of all these things happening, prophecy is still moving forward. At the end of the day, and this third world war is still going to take place. While you people are prepping and getting ready for your, for your big three, prophecy is still coming to pass, and the impending judgment is still looming. All right. And that's part of what we come out here and to prophesy and to preach, man. the prophets was always the party poopers of the party poopers, man, because we're the only ones that's really, speaking and speaking on things, that really matters at the end of the day. Because everything that's going on in your day-to-day life, yeah, it matters to a certain extent, but it's not the ultimate things that matter. All right, the things that you should be considering and thinking about is, how can I receive salvation, man? How can I escape the impending judgment that the Heavenly Father is about to rain down upon Babylon the Great? You see, the majority of the people, that's not where their minds are geared. That's not what they're thinking about, man. That's not where their focus is heavily rested upon. It's about, they're heavily rested on this world, making money, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out a way to secure the bag, all of this worldly shit that's really not going to matter in the times to come, man. All right, because when they bring a so-called terrorist attack and they shut off their internet, or they, bring in a cyber attack, everything that's going on in your daily life is not going to matter anymore, man. Then you're going to be in survival mode. Then you're going to be in confusion mode. Then you're going to want answers. Then you're going to want questions. Then you're going to want to try to seek and find the prophets. But at that point, it's going to be too late, man. You see? So at the end of the day, everything else don't matter at the end of the day. The only thing that matters is prophecy and what the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is, man. So with that, I wanted to go into this impending third world's war. All right, and I got a bunch of articles here I want to just go into. I'm not going to read through each and every one of them, but a lot of the headlines and a lot of the things that's being talked about that we should be focused about is a prophecy, man, and exactly where this world is headed and what the Lord is about to do into this place, man. So, let me start with the precept first. All right, let me get this first precept, right? We're doing demons out here, loud as hell. And this is Ecclesiastes. Chapter 3, verse 1, it says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." See? So there's a purpose to everything, you know what I mean? But like I said, but the majority of our people, they ain't worried about, the times and the seasons that they're in. All they're worried about is, seeking pleasure, trying to get whatever off they want to get off, thinking about how they can, fulfill their worldly lust, man. All right, they don't look at what's going on in the world and they don't link it with prophecy. They're not looking at, how this third world's war is going to affect their life. They're not looking at how, great famine, death, and destruction, a plague is coming to this world. That's the last thing on the average person's mind. You see? So it says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And these are, a season that these things take place every day. All right? And it says a time to weep and a time to laugh. All right, and right now we're definitely not in a time to be laughing. Now don't get me wrong, you might laugh in your day-to-day life, but as being in the whole season of partying and laughing and good, like I said, right now we're in the season of the big three. These three big religious, so-called religious holidays here in the West. This is where people laugh and they party, and the average cares of their life they ain't thinking about. They're just looking to have a good time. A lot of escapism. Time for them to drink and party and forget their problems and all this other shit. But the last thing on their mind is prophecy, man. They're not in gear with what the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is, man. You see? And it says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose. Right. And a lot of people are about to be in the time of losing, man. Because like I said, hey, everybody's worried about, all this worldly shit, getting money, chasing the bag. But what are you going to do when those bags and access to get these things that your everyday average life is focused on are taken away, or they're not accessible anymore? Then what you going to do? Then where's your faith going to be? Then where's your trust going to be upon, man? And if it's not in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you're through out here, man. And that's the place a lot of our people are going to find themselves in. All our people that's out here rejecting this word, you're coming up against the prophets, you're comfortable in your little state of whatever it is that you're in, not putting your faith and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in these prophecies, man, not being ready to cast away this world, putting this world in your rear view, man, and focusing on the kingdom and the times that are at hand. Hey, so when you lose these things that you're everyday comfortable with, then what are you going to do? Then where's your faith going to lie? People are going to be out here totally lost in the sauce. You're going to be totally just be blown with whichever way the wind blows. You're going to be casted away with this wind, man. And when Esau comes with that MOTB and that mark of the beast and the promise of security and safety, all of you, Jake, and you people of this world who were not rooted and grounded deeply within the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to lose, man. You're going to be through. You're going to be lost. You're going to be confused, and you're going to make the worst choice you could ever make, man, which is putting your trust in this damn devil. It says a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, right? And a lot of you people of this world, now it's time for you to shut the hell up, man. All you people with all these podcasts, everybody with all this advice, everybody with podcasts about this, relationship gurus. I can't stand those videos, man. You see all the nigga women up there going to those things. So what do you do when you got a man and this, that? And you got the nigga on stage, you get the microphone and he's over there acting like he's dropping knowledge. Well, listen to this, queen. Listen, sis. Yada, yada, yada. All y'all need to shut the hell up, man. Because if you ain't talking about prophecy, if your speech ain't geared towards, let me get that real fast, man. If you ain't talking about what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is talking about, ultimately you need to just shut the hell up, man. Because you ain't really saying anything. All right, it's time for the prophets and the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to speak. Let me get that real fast. Let me see. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. It says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. And if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth, that the Most High in all things may be glorified through Hamashiach, through Yahushua Hamashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. You see? So if you're going to be speaking, man, it better be according to the oracles, which I know that word oracle goes back to prophecy. So let's look at that word oracles, man. So if you speaking, man, you got to be speaking according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You better be speaking prophetically. You better be speaking according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not according to this world. You know, like I said, all these fucking podcasts, everybody is just speaking their own vain opinion. Everybody's a goddamn expert on this, a dating expert, expert on this, an expert on that. But when you look at their lives behind closed doors, all this shit they out there speaking and profiting off of and giving you advice on, their life is all in shambles. Their life is pure hell, man. You know, all that shit that they selling you, Jake, and speaking on these podcasts, a lot of them niggas is full of shit, man. Because it ain't ultimately, it ain't really important. It's all bullshit. The only thing that's important is prophecy. It's the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? So it says oracles, right? And the word is logion. It says a brief utterance, a divine oracle. You see? It says in the New Testament, the words of utterance of the Most High. You see, of the contents of the Mosaic law, which, you know, the whole law, the whole Bible. This is the things that our people should be speaking on, man. All right. But like I said, a lot of the shit that come out of our people's mouth is shit that's you know, that's pretty much worthless. Now they might make good points here and there, man, but ultimately it's not linked and it's not geared towards the will or the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's just a bunch of goddamn jibber jabber at the end of the day. And they think just because they got a platform and 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, or they're able to monetize their little podcasts and their videos saying all type of shit, they think that it's something worth of value. You know, you got those rapper niggas, or what are they name, Gilly and them, $1 million worth of game. But hey, the game that they're giving you really ain't gonna mean shit. It might be worldly game, but it's not game according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's not game that they're giving you that's going to lead to your salvation or putting you in a better position to be in a good standing with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. All they preaching and telling you is this worldly nigga shit, gangster shit. Oh, brother, you know, be able to do this, do that. But ain't none of it rooted within the law, statutes, and the commandments and the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. So therefore, it's all BS at the end of the day. All right? So, hey, if we're going to be speaking, man, it's time for like I said, it's time for the prophets to speak, man. All right, everybody else, take a back seat, man. You know. So let me get to the precept. These goddamn demons. Back in Ecclesiastes, right, and it says a time to love and a time to hate. Oh, see that? So hey, the scriptures tell you that there is a time to hate, man. And right now we're living in a great time of hate, especially here in America, man. Everybody is hating on each other. Everybody is divided. Look at the world on a global stage. There's a lot of hate going on. Look, there's a lot of hate being shouted towards America, hate being shouted towards Russia, which is why this third world war is continuously growing up, man. It says a time to Right, and then another thing that it's a time to hate is wickedness, man. Because you got a lot of people talking about, oh, Christians, you're not supposed to hate. God is love. Well, the Lord just said there's a time for everything under the earth, and there is a time to hate. And if you don't hate this world and this current America as you see it, with all the wickedness, the folly, the BS, the wickedness, the transgenderism, the Moism, all this wickedness that's going on in this earth, if you don't look at it and you don't have no hate or no disgust for it, then I don't know, then you're a part of the problem, man. So there's plenty of things, if you're walking in the spirit and with spiritual lens, seeing what's going on, to hate, man. The fact that they're trying to chop children's gender off and confuse their sex and push it and teach it as a doctrine, you should hate that, man. All right? You should hate the fact that they got pride flags hanging up all over Babylon the Great and all over America, man. You see, but you people don't have a righteous compass. You don't have a compass rooted in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So that's why you don't look at these things with, with the proper perspective, man. All right, and it says what? A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, man. All right, so obviously we're not in the time of peace, because we're in the time of peace, then you wouldn't have talks of this third world war. You wouldn't have all of this division between men and women. You got all this division, all of this confusion. See, because we're so obviously we're not living in the time of love, man. All right, we're living in a time of war, and guess what? And war is going to ensue, and war is going to come to this country, whether you people want to accept it or not. All right, and that's what I really wanted to go into today, was this third world war. All right, and it's our job as the prophets and the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to speak about these things, man. You can't call yourself a prophet or a man of the Lord and you're not prophesying about events and things that are taking place that line up with what scriptures say, man. All right, prophets are supposed to be out here warning the people, blowing that trumpet. Why do you think the prophets was always so hated and looked down upon, man? Hey, when particular prophets came into certain towns or certain, cities of Israel, the first thing, a lot of things they would ask the prophets, are you here for good news or bad news? Because they know when the prophets were out there speaking, it was either for one or two things. Usually it was a bad thing, because the prophets was always set up to come out and to warn the people, to give them warning that, hey, to tell them what they're doing wrong and where they're going off, man. To tell them that, hey, to warn them about the impending judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, telling the people what they need to do, what they need to fix before judgment of the Lord comes down upon them, man. So that's why, when we come out here and we do what we do, oh, the prophets are doing, oh, once y'all get a job, oh, why y'all always so negative? Well, if y'all was doing what you needed to be doing and you was moving righteously in the sight of the Most High, he wouldn't have to send the prophets to come out and to speak and to cuss you out and to show our people their transgressions and their sins and come with the warning of the Most High, man. All right, so now, hey, it's still our job and our duty this day. And you can't call yourself a prophet if you're not out here warning of the times that are to come. So this is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. And it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And America is a great kingdom. And we're here to prophesy against it, to tell you that, hey, this third world war is coming to this place. All right, Trump ain't going to save it. He's not going to stop this third world war from happening. All right, you see what the Biden administration is doing. They're trying to hand over to him, the presidency completely and totally in war. Now, I don't know if they're trying to, set this war off so that they could use particular unrighteous decrees to let Joe Biden stay in office or to get Kamala in there. We don't know. But we know ultimately at the end of the day that this third world war is the will and counsel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and it's going to happen regardless of who the hell's in there. And as us being prophets, it's our job to prophesy again of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's really all that's coming here to Babylon the Great. Don't think just because, like I said, right now, people are in the holiday spirit, this place ain't being invaded and bombs and rockets are hitting this place as we're speaking. Hey, these things are coming onto this place because that's part of the judgment that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua wants to happen to this place. And us as prophets, it's our job to come and to prophesy these things. Well, somebody just posted a video. What did it say? Look at this. This is the brothers Saints of Jersey 2 just dropped a video saying nuclear bomb map shows impact of Russian weapons on major U.S. cities. So that's the spirit, man. You see, as I'm speaking about the coming doom of Babylon and war that's coming, the brother just literally put up a video speaking about showing a bomb map of Russian missiles when they hit major U.S. cities, man. And if you know anything about these nuclear missiles and these nations that possess them, the majority of these nations that have these arrows or these missiles, their missiles are pointed directly here on America, here on Babylon the Great, man. You know? But like I said, you know, the average person ain't thinking about, you know, this is not part of their daily thinking. This is not part of their daily routine to want to hear or know about this type of things, or want to even believe that this place America is gonna go out in such a fashion. But as us being the prophets, it's our job to prophesy against these things, all right? And verse 9 says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, which now we're telling you, now we do prophesy about peace, but we know our peace is not going to come until the kingdom of heaven is established. That's when it's going to be peace on earth, man. Under the rule of Esau, Edom. Well, it tells you that when that Esau, Edom. Let me get that real fast, man. I'm show you what. As long as Esau is in rulership, this is what you're going to have. All right. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4, and it says, "And there." Let me see. Get to the point. This is Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, all right? And that red horse represents Esau, Edom, all right? And it says, "And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." You see? So as long as Esau, Edom is in power, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have war. No peace, literally is what it said. He came to take peace. Look at this word peace. I don't think I ever looked up the word peace here. All right, so as long as Esau is there, man, hey, there's not going to be no peace. So therefore, we're not, you know, yeah, like I said, we prophesy of peace. We know that's going to come in the kingdom. But as of right now, currently, we're not in the time of peace. Like I said, we're in the time of war, pestilence, dividing, you know, not embracing, hatred, division. And soon to come, famine, pestilences. Now they're talking about out here in California, the first case of the bird flu, and some milk that some child got sick off of is now supposedly here in America, here in the States, the first case. And you've been hearing little things about sicknesses as well, which don't be surprised if that's going to come back on the table. And remember, when Trump gets into office, he has individuals in his cabinet that was fully 100% for the VA Xing of children. Like I said, that guy, Dr. Oz, man. He was full blown talking about it's safe, it's 94%. You should not only take one, you should get the other ones. And I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just speaking, you know what I mean, just talking about what these guys said. You know, and he's now about to be in Trump cabinet. So what do you think is going to happen if they start bringing more of these pestilences and plagues, start being more talk of the town, man? And remember, Trump was totally for the Fast and Furious, and he was for the you know what, man. So you don't think if that situation arises again, if they can use that as a way to further, get things back in order or lock things down, that Trump is not going to be a pusher and a supplier of that? Come on, man. All right, so the word peace in this Revelation 6 is Irene. It says a state of national tranquility. We not have that here in America under Esau ever since he's been here. Matter of fact, from the 248 years that America has been established, it's been at war 90% of the time, man. So how the hell is this man the man of peace and tranquility? He's not bringing these things. He's bringing, like I said, he came to take peace from the earth, man. And as long as he's in rulership, you're not going to have peace. You know, you're not going to have a righteous state tranquility across the earth, man. All type of hell. Matter of fact, you can hear the sirens in the background. All type of shit is going on under this man's rulership, man. It says an exemption from the rage and havoc of war. Look at that, man. Like I said, you got the Biden administration right now literally provoking Russia into this third world war. So it's a perfect time for me to get in some of these articles, man. So it says the exemption from rage and havoc of war. Esau's been nothing but the purveyor and the creator of wars, man. Don't you know about the Messinian Pike Plan, which is to have these different wars and over there in the Middle East? Here it is. If America wasn't so against war, why is he allowing those so-called Israelis to bring ethnic cleansing on those Palestinians over there, providing them with aid and money and weapons, you know, to do what they're doing? Matter of fact, Biden was just pushing for another $246 billion as of right now to give to Ukraine for what? For war, man. So this man is not the man of peace. He's a man of war. He's the god of war and shit. And what do you think that sword that he was blessed with is to be used for, man? Remember, that's the blessing that Jacob gave Esau, the fatness of the earth, and by his sword would he live, man. And what is he doing with that sword? Bringing havoc and rage of war everywhere he fucking goes, man. It says peace between individuals, i.e. harmony, concord, security, safety, prosperity, felicity, because peace and harmony make and keep things safe and prosperous. Not under Esau, listen to this, of the Messiah's peace, you see? And that's who's coming to ultimately bring peace. Peace is Yahushua, man. And that's why when his kingdom is established, it says what? Nations will not lift up war against nations anymore. That's why after Yahushua comes back, all these nations and their weapons are going to be burned. They're going to be melted. They're not going to use them anymore, man. They're going to be only weapons they're going to be using is weapons of farming, man. Digging and hoeing and, using weapons of agriculture, man. All right, nation's not going to lift up war against nation anymore, man. So obviously Esau is not that man of peace, goddamn. All right, and I'm gonna show you that. So what was that? Let me go back to where I was here. All right, it says, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall that prophet be known that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had truly sent him. See? And we're here to tell you that that peace is not going to come until Yahushua is on the scene. I just read it, man. When I looked at that word for peace in the Greek, it showed you of the Messiah's peace. But as of right now, if you got any prophet telling you that it's going to be peace, there's not going to be any war, they're going to nuclear weapons are not going to be used, Trump is going to end this third world war, that's a false prophet, man. And even Trump telling you that is a goddamn lie, because it's in Esau's nature and it's in his DNA to be a purveyor of havoc and war, man. How the hell you think he's obtained the riches and gotten to the place that he is now? It wasn't by peace and proper negotiations. Remember, he broke every treaty and every negotiation he had with the North American, with our brothers, the Gadites, man. And he does that everywhere across the fucking planet, man. So obviously, it's not him. But anyways, so to get some of these articles, we're showing you that this man is the man of goddamn sin. So like I said, like I read that Jeremiah 28:8, hey, it's our job as a prophet to prophesy of war, famine, death, and a great destruction, which is coming. All right, so look at some of these titles. Look at this. It says, Germany warns citizens to prepare for World War III. Urgently rolling out bunker networks. See, so hey, in Germany, NATO, they've already pretty much established war on Russia by giving Ukraine those missiles. Germany, France, the UK, they're already they're about to be at war with Russia. They're already advancing. They got 800,000 troops that they're ready to send to Ukraine. So hey, we're in this season of war, and it's not going to de-escalate. It's not going to calm down, and Trump is not going to stop it, because ultimately it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. See? What else? It says, ex-UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson admits the West is in a proxy war with Russia. See? See? Prepare for what? World War III. Let me get that. Revelations 11 and 4. You see? This is the Revelations. Is that 11 and 4 or 4 and 11? Let's get those two. Oh, 11 and 14. So like, this is Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. And it says the second, yeah. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. See? And that's what we like to, that's talking about this incoming third world war, this third world war, which is this third war, which I just read that Germany has, what it say? Germany warns citizens to prepare for World War III. Why the hell is he saying that, man? Because they know that this war is coming. And the Lord has it on the spirit of these elites to believe that that they're orchestrating this, that they're in control. No, everything is being done by the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It's because the Lord wants these nations to go to war. The Lord is putting it on the Biden administration or whoever the hell is the puppet master pulling this string, which is ultimately these elites, to poke the bear, man, to put Russia in a position to where they're going to have to eventually fire a missile at Poland or one of these NATO members so that they could eventually go to war. NATO as a whole can go to war with Russia, and then Russia and its allies can get involved in this thing. Because remember, part of that NATO treaty is that if there's an attack on any one of the NATO nations, that's why they all came together. That's what the whole, the EU and the NATO was designed to do. Was in case Russia was ever to come back into power, they would have a force capable of coming up against that, man. So now what they're trying to do is provoke Russia into striking maybe England or one of these NATO nations, because an attack on any NATO nation is basically an attack on all of NATO. So it'll give them a justification and the West America to get involved and the EU to go to war with Russia, man. You see? But like I said, it's all the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua anyway, because the Lord is the one that wants these wars, and the Lord is working on the minds of these nations to do exactly that, man. See? What is that? What was that song? Shalaki, bear with me. Oh, okay. Proverbs 21:19. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. You see? So if the Lord wants to put it on the spirit of these nations to go to war, then guess what? The Lord's going to steer and guide their minds to do exactly that, man. And it's nothing that could, that no one that has ever resisted the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Same way he did with Pharaoh, man. You know, Pharaoh said, okay, I'll let the children of Israel go. But what did it say? The Lord hardened his heart. The Lord was working on his mind. The Lord put it in his spirit to be like, you know what? Hell no, I ain't letting them niggas go. You know, even after he said he was going to let them go. But the Lord hardened his heart to do what? His will, so that his name could be magnified. And the Lord is going to do the same with Esau, Edom, and these different kings of these nations of the earth to what? To go to this third world's war. All right, what does it say? Yeah, ex-UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson admits that the West America is in a proxy war with Russia. See, what else? It says UK and France, which I think the UK and France are both NATO members, discuss sending European soldiers to fight Russia in Ukraine. You see, supposedly there's North Korean troops already over there, and over there with Russia fighting. You see, so the Lord is getting all these nations, you know, moving them on the chessboard exactly where he needs them to be. And we can't keep our eyes off of what's going on. You know, I think it's a ceasefire over there with those so-called small heads, but that's short term, man. We know prophecy has to be fulfilled of the least of the flock, drawing the West or America out into that, the least of the flock, drawing out America into this third world war over there with those Israelis and what's going on with that situation. Don't let that ceasefire fool you. It's still going to go exactly where it needs to go. All right, they're going to do something to where, whether Syria or Iran, you know, is forced to attack Israel with something devastating, that's going to just bring all this shit together to culminate into this third world war, to culminate into Harmageddon, to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and this third world war, man. All right, we're just in the beginning of it all being put together, man. What else we got? It says, top NATO official says businesses must prepare themselves for a wartime scenario, man. You see? Just war, prepare, man. Because that's the season that we're in. And it's going to come here to America pretty soon. You know, right now, the average American, they just sitting back there seeing these things taking place. But then you have to understand that America is heavily invested. Like the guy said, America is already in a proxy war with Russia, man. The fact that Biden put those ATACMS and those long-range missiles in the hands of Ukraine to shoot at Russia basically has already gotten America in this war, man. You just haven't heard a full rollout of American troops or the White House coming out and saying that we're at war. But this place is already at war. All right, it's just a matter of time before it's going to be fully full blown. It's going to be fully known across all America that, look, we are at war with Russia. They're going to come on TV and let you know when it happens, man. All right, and guess what? They're going to need a draft too. They're going to need a lot of you Americans, a lot of you Gen Zers on that front line of the great meat grinder. It says, France declares war on Russia. Zelensky has permission to bomb the hell out of Moscow. Man, see, so hey, man, hey. Like I read in that Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, man. We're just in these times, we're in these seasons, man. Like I said, particular things just need to pop off to where, Hey, and where this war is going to go. But guess what? This is not going to be your everyday conventional war. It's not going to be a war like on Braveheart or a war of the past. But you got 1,000, 100,000, 10,000 men on the battle line with horses, and they're running and charging at each other. No, this is a more conventional war with drones and rockets and missiles, and eventually it's going to go nuclear, man. Remember when Russia shot those hypersonic missiles on Ukraine, man? Hey, those missiles that they shot were able to be equipped with nuclear warheads, man. In the video I did last week going into it, showing you what would happen if just one nuke was to hit a major U.S. city. I did the video last week and showed you, man, the amount of destruction and the vaporization and just the pure amount of sheer death and terror and horror that one of these nuclear missiles could afflict on a city. Well, guess what? This is going to be 100 million missiles, man. I forget the exact number, Salakia, man. That all these nations possess, man. Over thousands of nuclear missiles that can destroy this world, over and over and over again, man. They are going to be used, man. All right. This is why the scriptures tell you that the earth is going to shake to and fro like a drunkard, man. All right. And all this talk and all this things taking place is all setting the stage for this stuff to happen. All right. And this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." You see? Why? Because these nuclear missiles are going to be involved, man. All right? That's the fuel that's going to be used. It's going to be the fuel that's being put into these ICBM missiles, these long-range intercontinental ballistic missile, the SAR missile, the SARMAT, the Satan's, what's it called? The Satan missile, the Dongfang missile, man. Hey, these are all the weapons that's going to be used to ignite this third world war. See? And like I said, all these articles I've been reading is ultimately leading up to this time coming. So I'm going to read some of these articles, but let me get this precept real quick, man. You see, hey, we don't have no issues coming out here and warning you and telling you about these things because it's the job of the prophets, man. We wouldn't be no prophets if we wasn't out here to tell you these things that were going to happen before they're happening. All right? And like I said, we're able to blow this trumpet and give you warning so that you can prepare yourself, man. You better get right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man, and acknowledge your sins and your wickedness. I'm talking to you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and get yourself in order before these days come. All right, and they're approaching quickly. All right, and this is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. "Prepare ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war." Remember, I read that Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. There's a time and a season for everything, man. And we're in the season of war. 2025 is going to be the season of straight third world war, man. All right? I'll be reading articles about a lot of, like, China. These different countries are all moving their what do you call that thing? What's that shit called, man? Their ships. What's that shit called, man? Their navies are moving in different strategic positions over there in the Pacific, man, in the Atlantic. China moving a bunch of ships over there. The Americas moving out their aircraft carriers, that's the word I'm looking for, out there into the Middle East and just docking them in particular places, man, so they can be in strategic places when this shit really pops off, man. It says, "Prepare a war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Because now a lot of these nations that weren't as strong militarily, now they possess the nuke. They possess the ICBM missile. They've been putting a lot of money and investing in their militaries with newer version of high-powered military weaponry. So now a lot of these nations that before, when America would say jump, they would say how high. Now they have the leverage to be like, well, I don't know about all that. They're able to say no. They're able to now condemn the West for their wickedness. They're linking up with China, with Russia, with these different nations. They're partnering up with a lot of these other stronger military capable nations. Which is why, a prime example, man, you see now North Korea and Russia. Now they're militarily, now they're linked, man. Now they're coming together. So now they're able to to be a formidable foe against America. Now they ain't got to worry about fighting this whore alone. Now they got backup. Now they got friends. Now they got allies, man. And while America is losing allies and getting weaker and waning, now these nations are standing up, and now they're becoming strong, man, with alliances, with backings, with deals with other countries that have the same sentiment and hatred towards the West as they do. So now they're in a position to, to stand up and to fight back. And it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let all the heathen be wakened, and to come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. You see? And that's ultimately what this third world war is being used for, is for all these nations in the army to be gathered in a strategic, specific place where Yahweh Shai is going to come down with the holy host of angels to judge them, man. You see? All right, this third war ain't being prepared and fought so that so-called white man in America or Russia and China and the BRICS nations can become the new superpower and the new head of this whole world. It's ultimately for Yahweh Shai to come back to judge him, to establish his throne and his dominion and his authority over this earth, man. See, this is why we're so passionate and we're so hastening the coming of this third world war, because we know through the Spirit how it all ends and what's going to be the end outcome of it. It's going to be good for the elect, but it's not going to be good for these heathens and these nations, man. They have no idea they're being gathered for this third world war just to be judged by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You see, but they have it in their mind that they're going to establish their authority, that they have their own plans. They're going to be doing this, they're doing that. They're going to chop up the world and have position and dominion over it. But that's not prophetic, man. All right. That's why all these different articles I'm reading is part of these nations being prepared for this third world war, and it's going to ultimately kick off with Russia and America. All right. Russia is a huge proponent of prophecy as far as this third world war. That's the Medes that the Lord speaks about in Ezekiel 38, you know? So this is why you're hearing all this talk, man. It says what? It says the West is essentially using Ukraine as a tool to fight Russia, Johnson said, while insisting that it should not hold back on arming Kiev. He said that Ukraine is not being given the weapons it needs to do the job, because all these devils are they're all on the agenda, man. You know, the UK, Germany, France, NATO, they're all ran and controlled by these elites, man. And they're ultimately pushing and they're escalating this war, you know. And Russia has shown itself to have resolve. You know, Russia is willing to negotiate. Russia is willing to come to the table. But again, at the end of the day, like I read in that Proverbs 21st chapter, the Lord is turning the minds of these kings to do His purpose and to do what He wants them to do. You know, and here it is. It's how you know that the Most High is in control, because these devils know that, you know, they could, with the weapons they possess, they could literally destroy everybody on this planet Earth, man. But it ain't stopping them from still going full blown with this war. You would think cooler heads would prevail. You would think somebody with some type of sense would be like, look, man, this is not going to end very well if we end up doing all this shit. So maybe we should, you know, do what we got to do so we can, you know, avoid all this. But no, man. It's because the Lord wants it to happen. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. And guess what? We want it to be fulfilled, man. All right? It says, in an interview with the Daily Telegraph on Thursday, Johnson chastised the West for what he sees as a lack of resolve in supporting Ukraine. See, so all these devils are for this war. They're all escalating. Look, you got Boris Johnson telling America, look, you ain't doing enough. Give them more, man. Basically, what they're trying to do is provoke Russia into attacking, man. And that's why, like I said, Biden just proposed for another, $248 billion to go to Ukraine. What the hell do you think that money is being used for? Well, obviously, outside of that, a lot of that money being laundered and these damn devils greasing their own palms, but some of it is going to be used to purchase these weapons so that they can further escalate war with Russia. You see? It says, stressing that it should set aside concerns about potential escalation. You see? It says the problem has not been escalation. The problem has been the failure to escalate fast enough. It has been the dithering, the delay, and the nickel and diming of the support. Because ultimately, you know, hey, the Lord is in control, man. The Lord has these devils on a timetable. He has them, you know, the Lord has appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. So the Lord is only going to allow them to do so much, you know, until He fully puts it, you know, at the right time, in the right place, and at the right moment for them to go full steam ahead, man. To do what needs to be done, that's going to fully bring this third world war to pass, man. That's all on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's timing, man. Hey, because even us sometimes, you know, we hear about all these. Remember, that's why let me get that real fast. right? Oops. Here we go. This is Matthew 24 and 5. It says and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You see. So this is why you hear Boris Johnson saying, "Oh, they're dithering, they're delaying, they're nickel and diming it." You know, because hey, the Lord is going to do it exactly at the moment that He wants it to happen. And like I said, we get kind of frustrated too. You hear shit in the news, or Israel just did this, and we, in our spirit, because we're hastening the day, we're like, that's it, man. Now we're gonna go to war. Now we're gonna go to war. But you know, hey, we understand it's all in the Lord's timing, man. Let me get that too. All right. So, you know, I get it. You know, sometimes we hear things. Sometimes you get excited. Sometimes you do a video like, oh, Third World War, it's on now, it's popping. But we know particular things got to take place first. We know the MOTV has to be implemented before this Third World War is fully active, man. You know? But hey, like I said, all these things are here. We see the handwriting on the wall. We know that, you know, they're waiting for the right crisis to do things. But sometimes, man, you know, you just want to get out of here so bad. You hope and pray that, you know, this bit of information or this new news coming out that just happened with Russia and China, like just like when Russia shot those sonic missiles, man, I was hoping that that's it. That's the straw that breaks the camel back. That's the escalation they needed. But hey, then again, you gotta still be patient, man. It's not time yet, you know? And that's why you hear Boris Johnson saying what he's saying. Oh, all the dithering, the nickel and diming, we need more escalation. We need to go. But hey, it's all in the timing of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But believe you me, Boris Johnson, you're gonna get all that smoke, man. You're gonna get this Third World War that you devils are escalating and you're pushing for. You're gonna get it, man, and you're gonna get all the nuclear and all the ICBM fallout that comes with it. You damn devils. Yep, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. It says, by measure had he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. And he did not move nor stir them until all said measures be fulfilled. You see? So everything happens exactly when the timing and when the Lord wants it to happen, man. Because everything as far as prophecy, the timeline, is all perfect, man. It's all set up to happen exactly when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua wants it to happen, man. You see, so this is why you hear Boris Johnson, let me go back to that, saying what he is saying, man. You know, but like I said, don't worry. He's gonna get all this smoke, man. He says the problem has not been escalation. The problem has been the failure to escalate fast enough. You see, and this is why we always go back to the scriptures, man, because you know that's where the answers lie. That's where we get comfort. We know that you know this thing is gonna come. But like I said, what gives us more comfort and what keeps us, I mean, in the right spirit is that we know that everything is on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's time, man, and we can't try to overshoot or try to, move faster in the way the Lord wants it at the time and that He wants it to go. And trust me, the Lord, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. The Lord's gonna do it exactly how He says it's gonna do. But it's our job as being in this flesh and being mortals. Hey, we gotta be patient as well and know that hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is gonna make the right chess move. He's gonna make these things happen exactly when they need to happen. All right. He said the lamenting the gridlock in the U.S. Congress in late 2023 and early 2024, which prevented aid from flowing to Kiev, that was a nightmare for Ukraine, he added. It says the same was true for the initial reluctance to approve Ukrainian strikes deep into Russia using British, French, and U.S.-made long-range missiles. See, that right there shows you that now America is now entered into this Third World War, man. Ukraine is just a proxy. They're just a tool being used to escalate this war. And right, and those long-range missiles that were American-made, you believe you me, those were American soldiers there shooting those missiles because those Ukrainian soldiers don't have the knowledge or the wisdom to use these American-made weapons, man. Just like those French weapons, those British weapons that was fired. You literally had British personnel shooting those missiles. Now they'll tell you, oh no, those were the Ukrainians using those. No, this was British, French, and American personnel already in those countries shooting off those missiles, man. So in essence, America has crossed the line that Putin said that they shouldn't cross, man. See, because this is all part of their escalation. Like I say, it's all the part of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. See? So the Lord is making good on his promise, man. It says, and U.S.-made long-range missiles, Johnson claimed, noting that Germany is still resisting pressure to make a similar move. You see, this is why that German president told the German people to prepare for war, because, hey, they're going to be next to use some German weapons inside of Russia. You know, which is why, hey, eventually all these nations are going to be eventually struck back by Russia, man. And they're all in striking range of Russia and their nuclear missiles, man. That's why, like I said, you had, I think, one of those Swedish countries, they're part of NATO. They were handing out pamphlets to their citizens to prepare for how to prepare for a nuclear bomb hitting their country, which, nigga, there ain't no preparation. All you're going to do is just be dissolved and eviscerated and destroyed, man. You ain't going to, you can't go in your basement. You can't hide under your bed from these missiles, man. What else? It says, according to former Prime Minister, the West needs to make progress on Kiev ascension to NATO, provide Ukraine with various military and logistical support without coming into direct conflict with Russia, and send more money. You see, so these niggas is all in for this. You know, they want this war. These devils want it, but guess what? They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. That's why I'm reading this Joel the 3rd chapter. But like I said, the Lord he's making do on it. Like I said, now it's a process according to the timeline of the Most High, but the end thing is prophecy will be fulfilled. All right, it says, put ye in the sickle, back in Joel the 3rd chapter, for the harvest is ripe. And what is the harvest? The end of the world, man. And it's just about ripe. It's just about time for the end of this world or this age, or the rulership of Esau, Edom, and NATO, and the EU, and the ruler of these heathen nations is just about up, man. Like I said, they don't even know that they're all being gathered for this third world war to be judged and to be dethroned and subjugated and enslaved by Yahweh Shai, man. All right, I'm going to show you. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fat of, and what is the fats, and what is everything that's going to be, the press and the fats is what? All these different nations and their armies being gathered into that into that valley of Jehoshaphat over there in the Middle East, man. And when Yahweh Shai goes in there and destroys them, it's going to be like, pressing the, pulling the press, man, and getting all those grapes and all that blood out of those grapes you just smashed and squashed to put into those barrels to make that wine, man. It's right. It's just on time, man. And we're almost in that time. It says, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. You see? And why is the earth and the heavens going to shake? Because these nuclear missiles that's going to rock and shake and destroy Babylon the Great in America and other various places is going to cause that great earthquake, man. And the only one that's going to ultimately be delivered out of that shaking and destruction of Babylon is going to be the elect being taken up into the chariots, man. All right? Like I said, let me get that. Where was it? It's Zephaniah, man. See? So this is why the Lord is causing all of this commotion and these wars and these rumors of wars, is eventually to judge these nations, man, roundabout. It's the ultimate setup, man. It's the ultimate chess move. And the Lord got these devils in a position to be completely checkmated. While they thinking they're over there fighting one another and trying to establish their dominion and be the next superpower, they don't even know they're being set up to get got by the Lord, man. See, and this is why, it's just our job to come out here and just to speak these words and prophesy. You got a lot of these Israelite groups talking about, we got to be an army, we got to take up arms. Nigga, that's not our job, man. If you're doing that, then you're going to get Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Because the Lord told us to wait for him. The Lord's going to come and do all that. The Lord is coming with the army. He's coming with the cavalry. He's coming with the chariots, with the angels, to come and to roar out of Zion and to defend Israel, man. It's not our job to do that. Matter of fact, let me get this first before I even get this. All right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. Let me read up a little bit. It says in 2 Corinthians 10 and 3, it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, you see? So our weapons are not carnal, man. We're not commanded to take up weapons and arms and try to fight against the United States and take down America. March. You got these stupid Israelite groups marching down the streets and shit, trying to portray themselves as some military or some army. Now, yeah, now if you're gonna be an army, we're gonna, this is a spiritual battle, man. We're fighting not against flesh and blood, but against wickedness in high places, man. All right, if the Lord wanted us to build up arms and be a military, then he would have that happen. But that's not what the Lord has us set up to do in these times, man. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. And what is carnal warfare? Guns, tanks, fighter jets, which none of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans got no goddamn army, no fighter jets, no ICBM missiles, no nukes, no bunkers, you know what I mean? No military bases. You ain't got none of those things, man. Even if you was to put all the richest so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, together, you still wouldn't be able to fund the type of weaponry and uptake and upkeep of keeping the military like these other nations have, man. So it's completely futile to even be thinking that way, man. It says here, but for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. That's our weapon, man. It's to bust down these lies and to uncover untruths and to present this truth and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the ultimate truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is our weapons. This is how we're fighting. Our part in this war is by coming out here on the highways and the byways, like I read in Jeremiah 28, being the prophet that's prophesying against great kingdoms of war, pestilence, and evil, and chatting down Babylon the Great, man. And look how much has happened since we've been out here uncovering all the lies, exposing the so-called white man for being the true biblical Edomites, bringing out the knowledge that Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical 12 tribes of Israel. Look how much has changed since the prophets have gotten on the World Wide Web and on the YouTube prophesying this glorious and beautiful gospel and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and tearing down all the lies, man. Everything is changing, because we're ultimately, what we're doing is changing the whole landscape of the planet Earth, man. And it's ushering in the kingdom of heaven, all right? The ushering in of our Lord and Savior Yahushua, right? It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, man. You see? And so we cast down all imaginations and all lies and all BS, man. And everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High, which ultimately Esau Edom is at the head of that, man. All right? And that's one of the things that Esau had as a great aid to himself was secrecy. To, do things that the common people didn't have common knowledge about. Like his Illuminati, his New World Order, his Council on Foreign Relations. All of his wickedness, his sorcery, his witchcraft, his idolatry, his child sex trafficking, how all of his wars are banking wars, everything, how the money system is fraudulent, everything about this place is being exposed, man. You see? You see? And it's being done, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so back to where I was in Zephaniah 3. All right, this is Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? So we got to wait upon the Lord to take action. We got to wait upon the Lord. Oh, I'm going to get that next. Let's start another precept. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And who's to pray? All these different heathen nations. What I just read in Joel, the 3rd chapter. All these nations and these heathens that are being gathered over there into the valley of Jehoshaphat, that's the prey. And they don't even know that they're being prey. They don't know that the Lord is setting that trap and gathering them right where he wants them to be. So when Yahushua crack those clouds, man, all eyes are going to see him. And like scriptures tell you, they're going to stop fighting the war they had with each other, and they're going to try to fight Yahushua, man. And he's going to bust they S-H-I-T, all right? See? Yahushua's rising up to the prey. He's setting the trap, man. And he's going to pounce out of the heavens, with the chariots and with that celestial fire and burn their asses up, man. It says, for my determination is to gather the nations. You see? Joel, the 3rd chapter, man. The Lord is gathering these nations. He's, like I said, he's directing their paths. He's putting them right where he wants them to be for the perfect attack, man. Here it is. They think they're being strategic with their military and doing this and doing that. No, the Lord is being strategic, man. He has the ultimate strategy to attack you right where he wants you, man. You damn dummies, man. It says, for my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. You see that, man? So the Lord is gathering these nations, man. Let's see this word gathered. Matter of fact, let me read this in the NLT. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8 in the NLT. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination... Well, it says the same thing. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. That's why. Okay, here we go. Zephaniah 3 and 8 in the NLT, it says, therefore be patient, says the Lord. Soon I will stand and accuse these evil nations, man. You see? And where is he going to accuse them at? In that valley of Jehoshaphat, in the valley of decision, man. Beautiful, man. It says, soon I will stand and accuse these evil nations. For I have decided to gather the kingdoms of the earth. Where is he gathering them at? Over there in the Middle East, over there in the Levant, like I just read in Joel, the 3rd chapter, man. It says, and pour out my fiercest anger and fury on them. All the earth will be devoured by the fire of my jealousy. See? So the Lord is setting the stage. The Lord has them all set up, man. So all this talk of Third World War, you know, if you in the spirit and you understand this truth, it shouldn't scare you. It shouldn't make you nervous. Know that they're all being gathered there for the Lord to pour out all of his anger and his fierce judgment on these heathens, man. You see what it say here? In Joel 3 and 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. I just read that in Zephaniah 3 and 8, man. You see? It says, it says, let the heathens be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. You see? What is Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew? Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Most High's judgment. That's why I just read in Zephaniah, the Lord is going to pull out all his fierce anger on all of these nations and their armies over there in the Middle East, man. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the nations round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the division, for the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, is near in the valley of decision. See? And that's what's ultimately being orchestrated. So all these articles I'm reading is all leading up into these different nations being gathered over there for this Third World War, man. Let me see. Look at this. Read this one. It says, top NATO official says businesses must prepare themselves for a wartime scenario. He said he warned that businesses need to adjust their production lines and supply chains to be less vulnerable to blackmail by Russia and China in the event of war. Right, because during the time of war, that brings in a lot of famine as well. Because, you know, during the time of war, you're not exporting and importing a lot of goods that you usually would do because, hey, you're in the middle of a war, man. You know, a lot of those supply lines are cut off. A lot of nations don't export a lot of their goods because they want to keep those inside their country to feed their people, to feed their citizens, man. You know, so that's why we know that part of the famine that comes is going to come according to this war. Right? Hey, these ports are going, especially when it's full-blown World War III, man. Hey, they're not going to be just bringing in all these goods and services into the Long Beach Harbor, to these different harbors all across America, man. Because it's not going to be secure. It's not going to be safe to do a lot of those things, man. See, so hey, man, it's going down. It says the outgoing chief of the U.S.-led bloc's military committee issued his warning on Monday, claiming that Western economies have grown too dependent on Russia and China. He urged Western industries and businesses to implement deterrence measures. If we can make sure that all crucial services and goods can be delivered no matter what, then that is a key part of our deterrence. Business needs to be prepared for a wartime scenario and adjust their production and distribution lines accordingly. Because while it may be the military who wins battles, it's the economies that win wars, the NATO chief said. He mentioned China and Russia in the context of how he believes wars are waves in economics. But right, because, you know, you go on war on many different fronts, you know? Right, it says ending their dependence on Russia energy and all these different things because, hey, when they're in full-blown war, a lot of these NATO countries that get a lot of their natural gas from Russia and from China, hey, when it's wartime, you think they're going to be supplying the fucking Germany and these NATO countries with natural gas and we're in the midst of a full-blown war? No, they're going to cut their asses off, man. So therefore, where do you think where they're going to get that gas from? Where they're going to get that stuff to heat their houses, to to supply their country with those things when you're at full war with the country that's providing those things unto you, man. See, and this is another reason why a lot of these NATO nations, these EU nations are going to turn and hate the whore, man, because they're going to put these different NATO countries in a situation that they really don't want to be in as far as their dependence on Russian natural gas and resources, man, because once you're in a war, they're going to completely cut you off. Here it is, me and you are at a full war, but you've been buying all this, getting these services from me. Nigga, if we in war, I'm not going to send you those things. I'm cutting you off, man. Fuck off. Well, I'm going to supply you with shit that you can use to further fight against me, man. See? So that's why, hey, these NATO nations, like France and Great Britain, they're all getting along. They're all marching to the orders of the West, and they're aggravating this war with Russia, but they're going to end up being the bigger losers at the end of the day because they're too dependent on Russia and a lot of Russian allies for goods and services, man. So hey, man, it's all coming together beautifully. What else? Read a little bit of this one. Yeah, Germany is ramping up reparations for World War III, unveiling plans to revitalize its networks of bunkers as tension with war escalates. It's compiling a comprehensive list of energy emergency shelters, including underground train stations, car parks, state buildings, private properties, to ensure civilians have access to safe havens in the event of conflict. You see? So they're already preparing their people to ready to get bombed the hell out, man. You see? Well, like I said, over here in America, you don't hear no type of warnings like this because, they want you to believe that this place is safe, that this place is not going to be touched. But you're wrong, man. Hey, this place is going to be invaded and hit with missiles too, man. All right. Oh yeah, let me get that. Jeremiah 50. Hey, this place ain't safe. Hey, like I said, these American the president and the Americans, they ain't one of these American citizens that eventually this third world war is going to touch down here in America, that this place is going to be completely fucking nuked and annihilated, and you're going to be blown out the frame. All right? And this is Jeremiah 50 and 21. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekad, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and do according to all that I have commanded thee, all right? And Merathaim is nothing more than a spiritual way of saying America, spiritually. I think Merathaim means rebellion or double rebellion, I think. Right, because, America spiritually is Sodom and Egypt, man. All right? And this is where, even back then, during the time of Jeremiah, you had a lot of the Israelites try to make leagues with Egypt and try to make pacts with Egypt to to help them in times of particular wars and shit, but it ended up backfiring and ended up being, ended up backfiring and still end up getting fucked up, man. And don't our people trust in this modern day Egypt? Isn't our people faith and their trust is still here in Babylon the Great, man? So therefore, your trust in Egypt is going to be to your shame. But I think Merathaim means double rebellion, I think. Let's look it up. Right, Merathaim, it says, double rebellion. Another name for Babylon, you see? And what? This is a spiritual Babylon, America, man. All right? So it says, go up against the land of Merathaim. I read that. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? And who is the hammer of the whole earth? America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, so it's saying, how is this place broken? How is this place cut asunder? Well, it's going to be through this nuclear destruction, through this war that they're provoking with Russia and with China and with BRICS and with these other different allies of Russia, man. That's what this whole Third World War is going to ultimately end up leading to, is the full destruction of Babylon the Great, America. It says, I skipped the verse. 22, it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. See? Don't you hear Germany, France, the UK? Like like I said, a lot of these different countries, this is what they're over there preparing their citizens and telling them that it's coming. But like I said, it just hasn't got over here to the West yet, because these stupid Americans still believe that America doesn't have any hand in what's in that proxy war with Ukraine and Russia. They think America's hand is clean. They even think America doesn't have a hand in what's going on, doesn't have a hand in what's going on over there in the land of Israel and that war that's taking place over there, man. Look, wherever there's war, believe me, the West, America, hands are in it, man. All right, they're involved in it on some capacity, in some shape, form, or fashion. All right. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? You see? So that's how you know that Maritime is speaking about Babylon, because 2 verses down, it refers to it not as Maritime, but as Babylon. All right, which is America, Babylon the Great. It says, how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. See, like I was reading in Joel, like I was reading in Zephaniah, man. All these nations being gathered, and guess what? America's going to be gathered. A lot of these American troops are going to be gathered over there too, man. You see? They're all being gathered, man. And this is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about spiritually America Babylon, because the way that this Babylon is going to be destroyed wasn't the way that ancient Babylon was destroyed. That place, like we always say, that place still exists today. All right, modern day Iraq, which was ancient Babylon, is still here today. All right, it's not desolate, it's not destroyed the way that this Babylon is being described as being destroyed prophetically. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, that's why it's important for us as prophets to designate and show you that the modern, like Babylon, which I'm going to read in Revelation, the 18th chapter, is talking about America, man. You see, that's why it says here, thou was taken, thou art found. See, because you've still got a lot of people now who don't really believe that Babylon, I've spoken of in Revelation, the 18th chapter, Babylon the Great is America. Now, some of these preachers, some of these scholars, they say it, but we've been the ones that's been pushing it and, making it plain, man. All right, we found out through the Spirit that Babylon the Great, Babylon the Great is America. This is that great city that's going to be totally eviscerated and thrown down and destroyed. It says, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The Lord have opened his armory. And what is the armory of the Lord? Is these ICBM missiles, these nukes, man. He created the waster to destroy it. He put it in the minds of these scientists and these smiths to create these missiles of mass destruction. All right. It says, Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapon of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh, the power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, which is what? These missiles coming out of the silos, off of submarines, off of the carriers, off of the little carts that they ride on. Whatever capacity these missiles are going to be shot, man. They're coming here to the land of Maritime, Babylon the Great, America. It says, and cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left. You see, in ancient Babylon or ancient Iraq wasn't destroyed in this type of manner to where it was utterly destroyed and never inhabited again. This is being preserved for the spiritual Babylon, which is America. This is what's coming and happen. It's going to happen here. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. You see, and you're going to be visited by Yahweh of hosts with these nuclear missiles. It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. And what are your modern day archers? All these nations that possess the bow, these nuclear missiles, man. Russia being one of the main ones. It says, all you that bend the bow, or all you that have these nuclear missiles, camp against it round about. And that, you see that when you look at a map of where all these, the map of these missiles that are pointed at America, man. That's how you can see that. You see, that's them camping round about this place, man. By them having all these nuclear missiles and their nukes pointed here at Babylon the Great, man. On whatever system or whatever way they have their missiles aimed at this place, all right? It says, all ye that bend the bow camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. You see? And that's going to be the judgment the Lord is going to allow to fall upon Babylon, man. All right? And if you're on the soils of America and not in the chariots when that day comes, you're finished, man. It says, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh. But I am against thee, O thou most proud, which is Esau, Edom, saith the Lord, power of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. See? And that's what's going to be the end and the demise of Babylon the Great. Oh, and it says here, and this is another reason how you know it's not talking about ancient Babylon. In verse 33, it says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. See, all 12 tribes wasn't oppressed together in ancient Babylon, man. Only the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were. All right? We know that the northern kingdom went into the Assyrian captivity, so we weren't oppressed together in ancient Babylon, but we were here in this modern day Babylon, America, man. So this is how you know it's not talking about ancient Babylon, but it's talking about modern day Babylon, the great America, because this is where we were oppressed together. It says, and all that took them captive held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. You see, that's talking about the complete destruction of Babylon the Great. What it say? All the mingled people, this melting pot, all these different nations that come here, that's been made rich, all these nations that's had the ability to be, to make money, to be the head over our people. A lot of these nations these people come from these different third world countries. Come from different countries. They come here and get businesses. They get tax breaks. They get the ability to open up businesses in Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans neighborhoods, selling you all type of shit, getting rich, sending their kids to college while you're still in the ghetto, off, being the tail and not the head. Hey, they're all going to be visited, and they're all going to be destroyed here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, so this is that great city, Babylon, which are to be destroyed, man. And like I keep saying, this is why all of these rumors of wars are all being talked about, because it's ultimately going to lead to the thermonuclear destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, and the land of Israel is going to be completely annihilated and nuked too. And various other places are going to be hit with nukes, but the ultimate destruction, that lake of fire that the Bible speaks of, is going to be here in Babylon the Great, America. All right, we can't wait, man. Because we know that signifies the end of our captivity. That's the end of this hell we catching here, and the end of this captivity, man. Let me get this too, real quick. Hey, man, so it's all within the scriptures, man. It's all plain to see for those who have eyes to see. All right, this is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Right, so when we blow the trumpet, that's basically us coming out here and giving warning, telling you what's coming, man. And see, and literally, when we come out here and speak, all of our people are supposed to be terrified. You're supposed to be scared of the, of the judgment of the Lord, and making sure that you're moving in the right spirit, that you're repenting, that you're not moving in a way to which, when this judgment comes, you're going to be swept right along in it. And because 2/3 of our people that are here in America that are caught up in the ways of this place, that are not taking the prophets and the warning of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai seriously, hey, when this judgment comes, they're going to get caught up in it just like the everyday average heathen that's here, And guess what? You've been warned. We've been out here blowing the trumpet. We've been out here on these highways and the byways, doing these videos every day, going into prophecy, telling you how all these things link up, telling you the things that's going to come before they happen, and our people are still just passing on by, taking it as some light thing, not really, moved with fear, not taking the warning of the horn being blown seriously. It's like when you watch those ancient movies when when the enemy was coming, you had the guys in the tower, they'll ring the bell like bing, bing. No matter what the people in that city was doing, they could have been shopping, going to, walking around the city and the town. Hey, once they heard once that horn was blown or that gong was ringing, hey, everybody was scared, they were frantic, everybody was running to wherever they needed to get for safety, and because they knew that the enemy was approaching, the war was coming. But here it is, we're doing this now in this modern day age. And they ain't reacting how they react on those ancient world movies when they hear the sound of the enemy coming. Here it is, we're blowing the trumpet, telling them that the enemy is coming, the third world war is coming, famine, destruction, cyber attacks, all type of hell is coming. These niggas still moving and shopping and not taking heed and not getting to where they need to get to, man. So therefore, hey, when it finally hits these jakes and our people who didn't take it seriously, hey, that's your ass, man. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong. And this is talking about ultimately the nuclear destruction. This is speaking symbolically about how these nuclear missiles, the weapons of the Lord indignation, is going to completely annihilate this place, man. It says, a great people and a strong, there has not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Talking about the missile, man. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. And that's what these weapons do. They sweep with a besom of massive destruction. Go watch a video on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right? Look how that place looked before and after that bomb hit. That's what's happening. That's what's going to happen to this place, man. All these cities, all these trees, all these mountains, the grass, the landscape, the city is going to be like this. But then after the nuclear missiles hit, all this shit is going to be completely annihilated, man. You're not going to know where one state started and where the other ended, man. It's going to be a complete line of confusion is going to be brought down upon this place. It says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. You see? Just like when these nuclear missiles hit, anything that's in the path, once these missiles hit, nothing is going to be left afterwards. Everything is going to be literally evaporated, dissolved. Now, like I said, the video I showed last week, when they gave an example of just one nuclear missile hitting the city, man, the amount of sheer devastation and damage, especially if you're at point blank zero range, even if you're in the radius of 20 to 40 miles away, you're still screwed, man. But guess what? That was just one. Imagine when multiple hit this place, man, all at one time. This place is going to be completely leveled, man. See, that's why this place is never going to be inhabited ever again. All right? It says, yet nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Right, but they're not going to run. They're literally going to be flying, man. When you see these nuclear missiles shot, they fly through the air from one continent to another continent, hence the word intercontinental ballistic missile, which I'm going to get that, Lord willing, next. It says, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their ranks. Meaning when they're shot, man, these missiles have such technology and such accuracy, they're going to hit exactly, they're going to hit the target that they were sent to hit, no matter how far away they come from. See, this is why they have these long-range intercontinental ballistic missile, these hypersonic missiles, man, which can be shot from Russia, and they have like a range of like 5,000 miles, man. So they can easily be shot from Russia and get here in America in less than 30 minutes. These hypersonic missiles, man. And that's why it's going to be such a speedy riddance and destruction of America, man. In 1 hour. So this whole city, everything that it took all these years and centuries to build, and in 1 hour, it's all going to be destroyed, man. Just like that. So like Saddam Hussein, huh? I don't want to be destroyed. It's just like that. Well, that's how America's going to be destroyed, man. Just like that, man, with these nuclear missiles, man. It says, neither shall one thrust another, They shall walk every one in his path, and when they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Right? There ain't going to be no missile defense system capable of knocking these systems out or deterring them or stopping them. Hey, these are the weapons of the Lord indignation, and he's going to put his spirit in these missiles to exact his vengeance and totally annihilate this place, man. It says, they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb upon the houses, and they shall enter into the windows like a thief. Meaning what? The fire and the massive amount of heat and nuclear heat that they produce. It's not going to be not one space, nor crevice, nor house, nor window, nor building, nor flesh, nor tree that when these missiles hit is going to escape that fire, man. Everything is going to be touched. Everything is going to be evaporated, man. That's why scriptures tell you that in Peter's that the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. See? And guess what? Everything on this earth is made of the elements of this earth. So when that fire hits it, it's out of there, man. It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it? Who can abide in it? It's only the elect, man. That's going to be the only ones that's on the soils of America that's going to be delivered from this nuclear annihilation, man. That's going to be delivered and saved when these when this day of judgment comes, man. All right. Then I'll close with Revelations 18. Close it out with that, man. It's getting dark out here. This lighting worth a damn. All right, so man, hey, these days are coming, and they're only going to escalate and get closer and closer every day. It's not going to rewind. Not going to be no rewind button that you can stop these days from happening, you know. And this is Revelations 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This is talking about the after destruction of America, Babylon the Great, like I read in Jeremiah 50. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine and the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. Because what's the plagues she's going to receive? Are these nuclear missiles, man. All right, that fire, that heat. All right, and like I said, how does it say come out of her? This is literally talking about the elect being taken up into the chariots, man. Because the only way you're going to be able to escape the day of the Lord and the judgment of these nuclear missiles here in Babylon the Great is to be taken up into the chariots out of this atmosphere, to have a aerial view, a bird's eye view of Babylon the Great, America becoming that lake of fire, man. All right, and I heard another, right there. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. The cup that she hath filled to her double. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. Talking about America, Esau, Edom. That's why I read that earlier. Was that Jeremiah? Where the Lord said the most proud is going to fall. He's going to visit upon the most proud. This is America, man. This has been the proudest country the earth has ever seen, man. All right? And, babe, but the pride of this place is about to be turned into mourning, man. It says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. That's why I was saying earlier, like, that's why the scripture said that let the weak say I am strong. That's why a lot of these nations, man, hey, they all have a bone to pick, and they all have justifiable reasons of destroying America with their arrows, with their nuclear missiles, man. Because America has been, has done every country and every nation completely dirty, man. There's nowhere with a so-called white man Esau hasn't been to where he hasn't shitted on or stole or raped or robbed or corrupted everybody that he's come in contact with, man. See, so that's why when they shoot these missiles, they're not going to feel a certain way. They're going to be happy when they destroy this place. Well, they're going to be sad because they're not going to make all that money, but they're going to be finally glad because they finally got their lick back on this place. It says, it says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. You see? And this place is going to be burnt with fire, man. This whore, this harlot that rideth the beast, which is America, it's going to be burnt with fire, man. Like I just read in that Joel, the 2nd chapter. This is what we're blowing the trumpet and warning our people what's coming to this place. It says, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, or America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. See? How is it going to happen in 1 hour? Because these nations possess these hypersonic missiles, man, that can be shot from one end of the earth and be here in less than 30 minutes, man. The Lord is going to make a speedy riddance of this place, man. All right? Let me get to the point. This is I'm going to jump down. And it says, in the merchants, it says, verse 16, and saying, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein we were made rich, and all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all, man. See? And what is that great millstone? Is these nuclear missiles that the Lord is going to allow to violently destroy this place, man. And the Lord's going to destroy this place in a very violent manner, with these nuclear missiles. And it's never going to rise up. It's never going to be inhabited. It's never going to be looked at and awed after, nor be seen as that golden city that great city anymore. This place is going to be completely annihilated and thrown down and nuclearly destroyed, man. And that's what this Third World War is ultimately, it's going to come to do, man. So we got to continue to pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai speed up the times, man. Continue to bring prophecy to pass, and continue to let this Third World War commence, because we know it's linked directly with our salvation, and it's also us being avenged. It's part of like I like to say, part of our reparations package, man. You see, in this place, in these cities, in these towns where we had to serve slavery and captivity, been reduced to nothing but niggas and spicks and wetbacks and junkies and crackheads, and no people will finally be destroyed, man. The memory of this place will be washed away, and the nasty taste of this funky place is no more going to be remembered, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakapadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings on all you. I can't pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. Lord willing, you will edify. Lord willing, until next week. Shalom.